ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
Dilemma of a sincere prapanna and solution for that. There is a collection of questions and statements which we will first see, and then we will see the possible solution for the same. First, Purvacharyas explain that we, SrIvaishNavas, should only focus on Bhagavad Gunanubhavam and Kainkaryam, and our life should be aligned towards these. There is also another statement. Current acharyas, mentors say that we have to focus on our duties, take care of our livelihood, fulfill our responsibilities by doing whatever is required. At the same time, have devotion also. So there is a bit of contradiction in these two statements. There is another aspect. In the worldly pursuits, we see that we have to speak up, we have to promote ourselves, we have to focus on goals, etc. But in our sampradayam, it is the reverse. We have to remain humble and quiet. We should not promote ourselves. We should not have any specific goals other than Kainkaryam. No material goals. And we have to be very, very humble. And another aspect is, we will see from our personal experience, if we follow our Purvacharyas and Alvar's works sincerely, we experience more sorrow than joy, because we always will end up thinking that we are not up to their standards, and because of this others may observe that our self-esteem becomes low. So how to handle ourselves in such situations, and what is the best way to follow our sampradayam and be good in it? So let us see the issues one by one. First, the contradictory aspect of Purvacharyas saying we should focus on Bhagavad Gunanubhava Kainkaryam, and current acharyas, mentors, not all of them but most of them, say that we have to focus on both materialistic aspects and sampradayam aspects. Now for us, Purvacharyas' words are ultimate authority. Whenever we see acharyas, scholars or guides, mentors, they are deviating from Purvacharyas' stand, their words, then we have to only follow Purvacharyas' words and not the acharya or scholar or whoever it may be, whoever is in the position of giving advice. This is a very important aspect to understand. Now, there may be three reasons why current acharyas or scholars or elders giving guidance where focus on materialistic things are at par with spiritualistic aspects, or even more sometimes, like take care of all your duties, work until you retire, and then you come to Kainkaryam, and so on. The three reasons can be, first, for practical purpose. If an acharya or a mentor sees that this is what is apt for the current situation, for the particular person who is asking advice from us, then we will tell him this so that he understands the situation and works with it. Second reason could be due to the fear of losing the individual totally. A person may be coming for advice right now. If we give advice which is not easy for him to practice, then that person may never return to us and he may leave the sampradayam also sometimes. So these two reasons are there. And then there is a third reason. The person who is in the position of guiding others, that person himself or herself is lacking sampradayam knowledge. Understanding is not there. That what is important for us Sri Vaishnavas. We are only talking about Sri Vaishnavas who are eager to progress. We are not talking about others. So this person who is in the position of giving guidance, that person may not be having full understanding of the reality from our sampradayam perspective. Now if we look deep into this situation, the three reasons, the first two reasons are okay, because a genuine acharya or a mentor will keep a watch on the person who came for advice, keep advising that person and make that person progress bit by bit, and eventually bring up that person to the level of a good prapanna, SrIvaishNava. But the person who is in the third, who is giving the third reason, or who is in that particular category where he himself lacks the understanding in sampradayam, if that person is an acharya or a scholar or a elderly person whom we went for guidance, then it is possible that that person who is giving advice, he is not someone who is in that level of giving advice. There may be something fundamentally lacking in such persons, that that person himself may not be free from attachment towards name, fame and wealth. He may have devatantara connection, worshipping other devatas. He may be working for money under someone, trying to make a living out of it. So these are, I am talking about the persons who are in the position of giving guidance to others, leading others. When that is the case, it is better not to take any advice from such persons, because they are not in the proper level and they are not having proper qualification to advise others. If they are having any of these fundamental issues. So, coming back to the issue, when we have contradiction between Purvacharya's words and stand and current day acharyas, mentors, scholars, their stand, then we have to go with Purvacharya's stand and words. That is the ideal way. The next aspect is worldly pursuits. We see that we have to speak up, promote ourselves and all that. In our sampradayam, humility is most important. Knowledge leads to humility. If there is no humility, then how much ever knowledge one may have, that is not going to help ultimately. We are not behind name, fame, wealth and people praising us and so on. Our actions are observed by Bhagavan and Bhagavad Ramanuja. So we are answerable to them. So we have to practice humility. We have to be very humble and focus on sampradaya aspects only. It is not necessary for us to be very expert in many laukika aspects. So here also humility is the most important aspect for us to practice. Another point which was finally discussed was, if we follow Purvacharyas sincerely, then we experience more sorrow than joy, because we observe that we are not up to the standards set by Purvacharyas. there is some truth in it. Yes, of course, we are not going to fulfill all the standards which are set by our Purvacharyas, but we still have the grace, mercy of Purvacharyas and Bhagavan. So that is what is most important for us. We have to be thankful for that, and we have to be following our Purvacharyas as best as possible. Accumulation of knowledge through proper guidance will develop proper humility. Otherwise, it will lead to arrogance only, and Bhagavan or Acharyas will not like that. So, our focus should be learning and being humble, both together. Now, the nature of samsaram is to give us sorrow. It is the natural situation here. But for us, if we live in satsangam, divideshams, then that is like oasis in a desert. So, yes, there will be some inferiority complex in us when we look up to our Purvacharyas that we are not matching their standards. That is okay. But as long as we are under their grace, we should be more than happy, and we should not worry about this inferiority complex much. One important aspect is we should have servitude. By being good servitors, we will improve our humility, our dedication towards Bhagavan, and so on. We should take up Kainkaryams so that we have the attitude of servitude develop in us. One more aspect here is we should use our intelligence. Bhagavan has given us intelligence. We should not let others bully us or take undue advantage of us. In this day and age, it is quite possible that someone takes advantage of us and abuses us. But that will lead to permanent scars and hatred towards Bhagavatas and Kainkaryam. So we have to be very, very alert when we are interacting with others. We should ensure that they are not abusing us. So finally, satsangam, good mentors, acharyas, advices, positive engagement in Kainkaryam. These will help us sustain our time peacefully and successfully in samsaram, and then it's all up to Bhagavan to bless us finally. Hope this helps.
ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
To learn such valuable information about our SrIvaishNava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.